hot. Anyways, what I was going to say is that one of my favorite comments to receive on this channel is people saying that they don't even like coffee, and yet somehow they are still here, which, if that is you, welcome. I am so glad to have you. However, it does bring about kind of a critical error I made when naming this channel. Morgan drinks coffee. Me, Morgan, coffee, the thing that I enjoy drinking. And yes, I do. However, there is a whole world of beverages that I enjoy, frankly, just as much. So today we're going to depart from Morgan Drinks Coffee. We're going to maybe visit Morgandrinksliquids. It's a terrible channel name. But regardless, we're gonna explore a world that is not coffee, but perhaps it is coffee adjacent. Without further ado, let's go make some tea. We are gonna be making two tea-based beverages today that are easy to make at home. They are quite delicious, and frankly, they are what I like to drink when I'm not drinking coffee. So we're gonna be hitting either sides of the beverage spectrum today. On one side, we're gonna be making a drink that is cozy, comforting, and warm and lovely. And then on the other side, we're gonna be making something that's a bit more bright, refreshing, and also served cold. So hopefully there is something for everyone. Without further ado, I don't think I have any more words to say here, so let's just start making some yummy things. Our first drink is going to be a tea latte. This is a variation on a London fog, and it's one that I think, frankly, might even be a little bit better. For this, we're going to be using a rose and black tea. This is called Rose Is My Name. It's a blend from Donna in New York City, which is a tea company I love. And this is going to be a really nice flavor base for our drink. Within this drink, we're going to be adding a sweetener. We're going to be adding fat in the form of milk. And so we want something that is strong enough in its flavor profile to hold up against all of that. This is a tea that, again, is black tea, but it also has dried rose petals and cardamom. So not only does it have that kind of distinct strength and flavor that we're looking for, but also it's pretty complex already. We already have florals, we have tannins, we have spices. This is a nice kind of do-it-all tea. First things first, we're going to brew our tea into the cup we will ultimately serve our drink in. So I'm gonna brew this as a concentrate. We're gonna use about 6 grams of our black and rose tea. This water is preheated to about 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're using about 250 grams or milliliters. Again, we're looking for a higher strength tea here because we need it to work with everything else we're adding. So I'm gonna let this brew for about 4 minutes in total, and I'll see you soon. Okay, our tea is steeped. However you have chosen to steep it, be it in a strainer or a tea bag or even as a loose leaf, make sure you now remove those tea leaves. Now, I told you we were keeping it simple today, so for our sweetener, we are adding ½ an ounce of honey to our drink. This is one of those areas that if you want to switch this up and make a variation of this, you very much could. If you wanted to add a different flavored syrup, vanilla is a very common kind of do-it-all flavor syrup. You can totally do that. I think honey is a great option here. I think honey almost always works wonderfully with tea, but do not be afraid to make it your own. Now we have our last liquid ingredient, if you will, which is going to be our steamed milk. You can use whole milk if you would like in a drink like this. However, frankly, I think oat milk works wonderfully. Not only does it texture really nicely, but kind of those deeper, like weedy oat flavors honestly add quite a bit to these sort of drinks. If you really prefer whole milk, great, use that. But frankly, just as a flavor component, oat milk is my preference here. So I'm gonna go steam this up real fast. Now we simply pour into our drink. In total, I'm using about 3 ounces of steamed oat milk. Technically, we could be done right here. I told you this was simple, easy, and very delicious, and this is our finished beverage. However, with beverages, I always like to also think about garnish and aroma. I think there's always a little bit more we can add to drinks, especially when it comes to visuals. So for the top of our drink, I'm gonna give you two options. Both of them great, but just two different directions. You can use something like this cardamom rose dust. This is a very complementary and specific flavor profile to what we already have in our drink. You can sprinkle this on the top if you'd like, or there's also the option to do something like a little bit of grated nutmeg. And frankly, I think I'm going to do both today. Nutmeg is one of those things that's just aromatic and adds so much, and it's so good. I was a nutmeg hater for a very long period of time. I always thought I just preferred cinnamon, and I also kind of thought they were the same thing. And then one day I had freshly grated nutmeg, and I just had one of those moments where I think my brain exploded a little bit. And ever since then, I'm always a proponent of, if nutmeg can go on a drink, I will be putting it on the drink. We'll take our cardamom rose dust and we'll just do a little sprinkle, a little line, complimentary to that nutmeg. I am so excited to drink this. Cheers. You get so much on the nose, both from the rose dust and also the nutmeg, and what is beneath is so tasty. This is it's such a delicious drink. Tea lattes are probably in my top 5 beverages of all time. It's caffeinated, it is sweet, it is floral, it is complex, and it's really nicely textured. So I would drink all of this if I could. Maybe I will later, but for now we have one more drink to make. Now here in the middle, I want to give a huge thank you to Donna for sponsoring today's video. If you've been around this channel for a while, you probably recognize that name. Donna is a tea company that I absolutely love working with and have worked with for quite a while. All the tea products you see featured here today are from Donna, and they've got an incredible lineup of products. They have everything from loose leaf teas to concentrates, be it their rose cardamom or their masala chai concentrates. They also have something that is very, very cool, and let me show you. This is actually a product that I have been working my way through recently in an effort to just explore more teas. I drink so many coffees, but often I don't find myself exploring teas nearly as much. This is their tea library, and inside, quite literally, is a library of tea. Inside, you can experience 18 different types of teas. Each one of these has 2 sachets, so this is quite a lot of tea. You have everything from black teas to green teas to oolongs to herbals. There's really the full spectrum here, and it's quite a fun journey. However, if you want to try out anything that I'm showing here today or get a tea library of your own, you can go to drinkdonna.com and you can use the code MorgandrinksCoffee, all one word, for a discount. I will have that all linked in the description. And again, a huge thank you to Donna for enabling me to make all of these delicious things. Now, our second drink today is going to fall into the bright and refreshing category. This is something that is making me feel optimistic for the summer season. And we're gonna be using 2 different teas. We are gonna be making a floral tea syrup, and we're also gonna be using matcha as our base for this drink. Now, this tea is called Flirt, and this is a hibiscus and chamomile based tea. And frankly, it is one of my favorite herbal teas to drink just on a daily basis. However, you may have seen this recipe we're gonna do here before. I've used it in the past. I love turning this into a syrup. The hibiscus flowers give it a really beautiful color, and all in all, this is just a tea that works so well in so many different formats. So this is going to be our syrup, and then our delicious First Flush matcha from Japan is going to be our primary tea component. Let's start with our syrup. First thing I'm gonna do is brew our tea. Once again, I'm going to be brewing this as a higher intensity concentrate. We're gonna start off with 10 grams of our hibiscus and chamomile tea. Once again, our water is preheated to about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I am adding 150 mils of water. Give this a stir. Make sure all of those tea leaves are fully saturated. We're gonna let it brew for about 5 minutes. Okay, my tea concentrate is about done brewing, and I have weighed out 300 grams of sugar. We're gonna be making approximately 8 ounces of syrup here in total. So all I'm gonna do now is strain my hot tea over my sugar. Simply stir the two together, and that sugar will begin to dissolve. Now, while this tea cools to room temperature, the rest of the sugar will dissolve, but thankfully, I've already made a batch of this ahead of time. Look at that, beautifully colored, very, very fragrant tea syrup. Now I suppose we should get our matcha ready. Now, we're only gonna be using about 2 grams of matcha powder here. This is a small, refreshing drink that doesn't need an overabundance. Just delicious, high quality matcha. This specific matcha has like a really lovely kind of umami toasted rice quality to it. It's very, very buttery, it's very toasty. It's a lovely matcha. If you have not gone on a deep dive of matcha and its wide array of flavor profiles, I highly recommend. We'll start by gently sifting our 2 grams. I'm now adding 45 grams of water that's preheated to about 175 degrees Fahrenheit. This is about 1.5 ounces of water. Take our whisk, very gently, using those kind of back and forth M or W shaped motions, whisking our matcha. Okay, let's assemble our drink. We have our syrup, we have our matcha, we have some soda water off to the side. We also have one final thing. This is a little atomizer, a little spritzer, and inside it I have placed some rose water. We're gonna use this to kind of rinse the glass that we're gonna be pouring our drink into. Just 2 nice spritzes, just on the inside of the glass to add a little extra aroma when we bring it to our nose. I've also procured us a nice block of clear ice here that I hope I have tempered enough. We're gonna use 3/4 ounces of our syrup. I've got some club soda. We're gonna add about 4 ounces. And finally, using the back of the spoon, I will add my matcha. Before serving, I'm gonna give this a very gentle whisk just to incorporate the syrup layers. And let's enjoy. Cheers. Oh, it's so nice and bubbly and lovely. This is one of those drinks that is not overly sweet in the slightest. This is a very, very refreshing matcha soda that has a lot of florality in it, which really nicely balances with that kind of like toasted, like kind of deeper quality of the matcha flavor. Really, this is what I would drink every summer day. But with that being said, these are 2 of my absolute favorite tea-based signature beverages. I think these are pretty approachable if you want to make these at home. I think if you work in a cafe, these are really fun non-coffee options. But regardless, I hope you had a good time. I'm looking forward to going off and consuming the rest of these. So without further ado, my name is Morgan. You can find me here on YouTube once a week plus shorts, and you can also find me on TikTok or Instagram almost every single day. One more huge thank you to Donna for sponsoring today's video. Again, if you go to drinkdonna.com and use code MorganDrinksCoffee, you can get a discount on everything that you saw here today. I'm gonna go drink these. That's what I'm gonna go do. So I will see you all next time, and goodbye everyone.